Hi, everybody from around the world. This afternoon, I would like to discuss something that had been on my mind about technology and wisdom, meditation, and how we can integrate the technology and meditation wisdom into our lives to enhance the mode of living much better with the least conflict. So, my background is in electrical engineering and computer science, computer engineering, specialized in artificial intelligence, machine learning, neural networks, and fuzzy logic, and etc. Uh, I have been on the journey being an engineer, scientist, and also a consultant in this field for almost 40 years. Uh, and this, at this point in time, AI or artificial intelligence is the highest and the most critical technology on today's research, mm, economy, and as we look around in all businesses, everywhere we go, AI is there. If the companies out there don't employ AI in their systems, then they would have a hard time to compete with others. For AI can perform efficiently and enhance our systems much better than average human being. As a matter of fact, I think machine with AI embedded within much more intelligence than an average layperson, for it can think so much faster, lightning speed, unlimited memory, and interconnected other clouds, and it can access, to databases and advanced algorithms that can perform superbly. That is hard for average human to compete. For example, if we look at the Wall Street stock market, you know, they have automatic trading by machine at high speed in seconds, which no human can do. And nowadays, in medical science, we can employ AI machine to help us to identify the patterns. You know, looking at the X-ray or look at the data and identify many hidden patterns and information about the patient's health condition. That's much more accurate and faster than the doctors. AI can also assist doctors to do the surgery. And also long distance surgery via AI robotics, where the local area does not have any doctor expert for some type of disease there, that the expert doctor might be located maybe halfway around the world. And when it comes to emergency and surgery, the doctor can perform via robotics and AI, machine learning, and all those technologies. on the front of aerospace and defense technology. AI can enhance the war machines, you know, and replace human soldiers to save lives. But on the other hand, they can be very dangerous, very lethal as well. So we have to be careful there. Mm. And then AI is everywhere. You know, we look at big companies like Google, Apple, Microsoft, uh, Amazon, Nvidia, and so on, or social networks, you know, like Facebook, MeWe, and so on, YouTube. They all apply AI to help them process information and to police people's activities in the social network more effectively. So nowadays, artificial intelligence, they much more smarter, much higher intelligence than human being, except for the fathers that create them, the creators of AI. Now the question is, if the whole world is competing with one another between the U.S. and China and Europe and all around the globe, the question is, we have this very intelligent technology, but how do we apply it sufficiently, efficiently in applications to help mankind? Uh, rather than using AI to compete and create machines that can be adversary to humanity, and possibly later, if they get too smart, they can turn around and control humanity. At such point, it will be hard to see a point of return. So here, you know, as long as we have the technologies, we need some type of guidance to help us through the living process efficiently, sanely. So here, this is where arts and religion come in. So if we are a scientist, if we are guided by wisdom, by religions, by meditation, then we would do things that would help the whole humanity rather than uh, try to gain for ourselves, you know, economically. Therefore, whatever our action put forth, we always consider the whole humanity and the whole universe as an overall. Uh, Thus, our action would minimize the risk of creating negative karma. Um, but sometimes one may ask the question, you know, in science, we can concentrate, we can zoom in, zero in, and look at problems, you know, in fragment details, and do many analysis and find a solution to solve problems. And we tend to use that approach when we're trying to understand wisdom, meditation, and that seemed not to be working. Okay, because most engineers or scientists or experts out there, they're very good at what they do on the fragment level, on their specialty. But when it comes to love, compassion, and caring for the whole humanity, or obtain wisdom, it is very difficult for them to achieve, because they would approach uh, achieving the wisdom of enlightenment, of meditation, the same way that they approach in their scientific research. So one direction is that you go down to the detail and more detail level, all the way down, and then you look at all the fragments of the problem and solve one by one. So we look at the problem in a very fragmentary way, whereas when we look at meditation and get wisdom of the divine, our mind has to be holistic. It cannot be fragmentary. Okay, so it's sort of, at the higher level, thought must subside in order for us to understand the dynamics of the universe as a whole, rather than breaking them apart and get stuck in the process, get stuck on the way. And that requires the silence, the emptiness of the mind. In scientific research or engineering, or solving any worldly problems, we concentrate to the details and our thoughts working very hard, racing with time to get the solution. But on the contrary, on the path to wisdom and enlightenment, thought must subside. Thought must subside because thought is not needed to be there. So in the quiet, peaceful state of being, of the mind, then the Buddha nature, Christ nature, or God nature within our heart will shine forth and lead us the way. Okay? As all of us are children of the universe under one God, and so we inherit such intelligence, divine intelligence, already since the day we were born. So we need the mind to be quiet, not to engage in greed, hatred, and ignorance. And once the mind's quiet, then we can see things as they are. We can see the what is, and have a deep connection with love, beauty, compassion, and the universe. So this is the beginning, when we begin to enter the gates of meditation. And once we have peaceful movements in our hearts and mind, and we gain universal wisdom, universal consciousness, which will guide us down to the fragmentary details of our daily living more sufficiently, and create the least conflict for our lives and our fellow beings all around us. And that's why Einstein said that religions, arts, and science are branches of the same tree. So here, science would be perfect under the guidance of religion or of divine wisdom. And the bridge in between science and religion would be arts. Without arts, life would be very dry, very boring process to embark on. That's why everybody loves art, music, beauty, nature. And if you observe the artists around the world, most of them have a very peaceful mind. True artists, I'm talking about. But there are artists at the lower levels that they out there and follow the trends, the waves, and gain economically, materialistically, for their private life. That's a different story. But if you look at the true artists, they have very good mind, good heart. Because language of music and arts is universal. So we are one step closer to universal wisdom with the true arts. So my recommendation to all the scientists, all the specialists, all the experts worldwide, whatever you do, if you look at the interconnectedness of religions, arts, and sciences, then your life would turn out to be balanced, okay, at optimal equilibrium, so that you will be in a very peaceful state and live your life with the least conflict. So when you live with the least conflict, sufferings, with greater sense of love, beauty, compassion, joy, then we see the purpose of living much closer. That is, we live in this world as a whole to help one another, to care and to have empathy, compassion for one another, and help make the world a better place to be. And with a meditative mind, the specialists, the experts, the scientists, they can tap into the 99.99% of the unknown universe, of the dark energy, dark matter, dark information. All we know is 0.01%, most, at most. But when our mind is clear, is silent, is compassionate, then we can immerse into the unknown world of the universe and find out the excellency, the intelligence, the beauty, the mysterious. we can bring over our mundane world and help all humanity. As Einstein once said, beauty is in the mysterious, and the mysterious is in the unknown. And the unknown world is beyond time, it is timeless. So in order to penetrate into the unknown world, we must have love, peace, beauty, joy, compassion. And such a quiet mind, we may have inquiry into the unknown space of the universe or the multiverse. Okay, so I just have a few thoughts to share with you, and hope this will bring us closer together. And next time we'll have inquiry and many more uh, discussions in the near future. And hopefully, from our discussions, will enlighten all of you, including myself, because I'm learning as well. So together we walk on the same path and participate to helping the world, one day at a time, 1% at a time. So I wish you all have a beautiful evening and enjoy your Sunday, and be ready for next week, and hope you the greatest success on your journey. But not only being successful, but be a man or woman of value as well. So bye bye now.